One of the things that I am picking up is I feel like somebody is going to be having a difficult time in moving or I feel like this is possibly surgery. I feel like this is surgery regarding the legs or the lower back, possibly hand surgery, and possibly the neck, but I'm getting it more as something with like discs or in the back. And I also feel that somebody may be getting surgery regarding the ability to see more clearly. And this could be, for example, cataract surgery, or there may be something that needs to be adjusted in terms of glasses or contact lenses, or something like that. I also feel, though, that almost a feeling of moving forward. But as you begin to move forward or something pulls you back, there could be a situation that pulls you back. Now, this could be health related where there's a situation that keeps happening over and over again. There needs to possibly keep being some readjustment. So maybe goes back to the back issue where I feel like I'm hearing it's an old wound or an old injury that may be acting up. And so something I feel for somebody is going to be done about that in February to help increase mobility. When you're walking, especially if you're in the snow or be careful of ice, like where you can't see it. You almost don't know it's there. So just be careful when you're walking or when traveling or something with ice, possibly driving. Just make sure that, it might look like everything's clear, but just be cautious, especially if the weather isn't very good. That's something that I'm also being led to say. I do feel that there is a decision to be made regarding somebody. It may be somebody, especially with the Hermit and the Emperor here, somebody older, possibly of where they're going to best be taken care of, or something about, how do we get them back home? So I feel like maybe there's some adjustments on a building or a home that needs to be made in order to allow this person to come back home. And maybe somebody is thinking that maybe they're better off with care somewhere else because it's almost becoming a challenge to keep them in the home. And there's a decision I feel like the family or somebody is making in terms of what is best for this person's care, because it's becoming more difficult, to get around the house. That's something that I'm hearing. Now, I'm also getting the message that I do feel there is an opportunity in the workplace for moving up the ladder. There may be somebody that's retiring. This could be like a family business. Somebody is taking a step down. They're not able to do everything that they used to do. And maybe there's a son or a nephew or a grandson. Could also be a niece, a granddaughter, or, male or female that is kind of taking the reins over. And for some of you, I feel that there's an opportunity in work This doesn't necessarily have to be like a family business where you are moving up the ladder, but it's also possibly going to require you to move physically. It may also require you to travel. And some of you have a decision to make of whether or not you're going to take this work, because I feel like it's a good opportunity, but at the same time, there's going to be challenges, because I feel like you're going to be further away from home, or, there's challenges in that. I also hear, though, that some of you are going back to school. Now, this may not be you. This could be, maybe I am doing this reading on December 31st, so we haven't even hit January yet. Maybe somebody I'm hearing higher learning. So either you're returning to school, maybe you're going to be learning something new in the workplace. Could also be that you have a child, or if they're going off to college, they're not a child, but they're your child, where they're leaving the nest and there's going to be changes and they're going off to school, with January coming in, the semester is beginning. That's another message that I am picking up about higher learning. I do feel that for some of you, this may even be like a mentorship, or this could be like a spiritual pathway where you're learning something, like even in the esoteric realm. I also am hearing like a spiritual retreat some of you may be going on. Okay, I just heard this. There's something about the crown. The crown, I don't know, that could mean so many things. Well, I'm getting crowning. So there may be an arrival of a child, the birth of a child, or the announcement, communications about a child. I'm hearing there may be more than one. Now, this could also be grandchildren. If you're watching, doesn't mean that you're pregnant, or you may hear of news, something with the crown and children. Like there's a birth announcement. I also am being led to say, for some reason, make sure that you wear your helmet. So I don't know if this is bicycling or motorcycle, or, just, anything where there's kind of movement or speed, or, if a helmet's required, or maybe even if not, make sure you've got your helmet with you. I'm also feeling like somebody is getting communication, I feel, from a father or a grandfather figure that has passed. They're on the other side. And this may be happening while you're dreaming. You're in a dreamlike state and you're like, did that happen? And I'm being led to say, yes, it did happen. I also feel that for some of you, in terms of love, there is a decision to make in terms of love. There's an offer of some kind. I feel like somebody is maybe giving you a key to move in with them, like they're presenting it as a key, like, or an invitation. Maybe this is also someone is, proposing, or asking for your hand in marriage and engagement. I guess that makes sense too. I just, with Valentine's Day, this could also be the anniversary and somebody is giving you something, because I'm seeing a key. Now could be a key to someone's heart. Someone professes their love. This could also be a key, like I said, to someone's house or apartment. They want you to move in. I see it in an envelope. I'm also seeing a Tiffany key. You know how Tiffany, the jewelry store, how it has those keys? I see that on a chain. So I feel like somebody maybe with Valentine's Day get a key from Tiffany's or something to do with Tiffany's. Maybe it's breakfast at Tiffany's. There's like something with Tiffany's, a key or a movie that maybe means something to somebody, is a message that I'm getting. But I also feel that in terms of love, that I feel like somebody is coming in. There could be somebody new for you, especially if you're single in February. But I also feel that somebody's having a hard time moving on, moving from the past to the future. Or somebody hasn't quite healed from something. I don't know if this is an argument. I don't know if this is a loss of some kind. Somebody had passed, but they're having a hard time letting go. And maybe you're not ready for love or romance, and they are. I'm just being led to say, take your time. Don't rush things, because if you do, you have to go at the pace that you're comfortable with. And if it's meant to be, they will still be there. I feel like this person is willing to wait. That's the feeling. Like somebody is definitely waiting. I feel like somebody's been waiting. It's like somebody has been waiting a long time, or maybe you have been with somebody a long time and you have to decide on whether or not you're going to keep in this union or family unit, or if you're going to move on. But something keeps pulling you back. I can't help but ignore this Knight of Cups. This could be somebody also returning from your past. This may also be, I'm hearing, communications on the internet or Facebook or LinkedIn, or somehow you connected. This could also be that some of you may be going to some type of reunion. There's a lot of nostalgia feeling in February. This is definitely somebody I feel like there's engagements or proposal. I'm getting the word proposal. So this could definitely be somebody is proposing, but also proposing a new idea that is going to be taking off. This could also be starting a new business. I'm hearing let go of the old and bring in the new. Which that to me, what that means is let go of like old history, old things, like in terms of, there may be some memories of, that you're holding on to that are no longer going to be serving you, or are no longer serving you. Because I feel like somebody is trying to ask for forgiveness for something that they did. They're going to have to, shine the light or prove themselves in some way. It's not going to be just like, okay, you're forgiven. Now, maybe for, somebody, they'll be able to do that and move on. It's water underneath the bridge. But I do kind of feel that there is a pattern of behavior, or a pattern of something from the past that keeps repeating itself, that maybe in February you are going to see the light and find illumination and rebuild, restructure. Whether this is in the home, whether this is in a relationship, whether this is the foundation of your health, mental, emotional, spiritual, and whether this could even be a building, restructuring a building. And like I said earlier, it could be restructuring a business. So, but I feel like it's restructuring of a union and deciding, whether or not you are going to accept what this person has to offer. Or it could be, the other way around. Are they going to accept what you have to offer? But I think it brings a lot to the table. There's a lot of wisdom here. There may also be a situation regarding a third person that may come in, like a mentor or a boss or clergyman or somebody that is coming in to kind of facilitate a situation to move forward. It could be an attorney. Oftentimes I see the emperor as an attorney or a judge. So there is something possibly, either you're waiting to hear an announcement or get a signature from somebody, or they're waiting to get a signature or something approved from you. History does tend to repeat itself. So look at things from a different perspective, a different point of view, so that you don't get stuck. If you're finding yourself stuck in a repeated pattern or history playing itself over and over, let go of that. I feel like you're going to find a way out. You're going to find your path. You're going to find this enlightenment, or there's going to be an aha moment that you're able to find your way out and start new. Because as I said, the 4 does speak to new beginnings also. Let's take a look at the love message here from Doreen Virtue's cards. I just get something from the past returning. There's something for positive or for negative. Something from the past is returning. You may not notice it or see it. I'm being led to say keep an eye out for it. That means something to somebody. There's like further investigating. And I just heard fireworks. I wonder if this also has something to do regarding I feel like there's an investigation to do something. This may go back a long time though. I'm getting, this is like a message for a police officer, or I'm getting cold case. There's a cold case that I feel like somebody is going to be reopening an investigation of the way somebody passed, and the truth will come out. I was led to say that. Okay, let me focus here. Love. What are the messages regarding love, Capricorn? Okay, I don't think anything's popping out, so maybe I will just cut the cards. Okay, let's cut the cards here. Okay, want to make sure you can see them there. All right. Oh my gosh, they're upside down. Okay. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Okay. You know, the other thing that I just got to is I feel that there is a, somebody is definitely proposing to somebody, but they are seeking or asking a male figure. It could be a female figure, could be the parents, but I feel like they're asking for the approval, to have someone's hand in marriage. So they're going to ask, like it's a tradition to ask in some areas, and I sense somebody doing that. But with this card here, there's definitely, love is definitely in the air. So for those of you that are single, I do feel that that there is the possibility of love coming into your life. I am also hearing that somebody wants to meet somebody like their father, or a father figure. So this could be like an uncle or a grandfather, or somebody reminds them of their uncle or grandfather. But I also am getting the message that somebody is traveling to go meet the family. So it's in February, it's important enough. Now, maybe you don't meet the family in February, but there's discussions about meeting the family in February. There's the attraction is also, I feel like, deep rooted, like there's mysteries about possibly this person. Now, it could also be that you have already started dating this person, but there's levels to learn about this person. So, there's more to be seen and learned is what I'm hearing. But I just heard that phrase, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. So, wow, lots of interesting messages for you, Capricorn. And definitely new beginnings in love, could also be new phase in a relationship, seeking counsel, seeking guidance on what to do with a relationship. So lots of messages for you.